Check.
So everyone signed in to the meeting. If you could, there's a sign-in sheet here, please. And then if you're gonna have a public comment, just check.
Live.
All set?
Good thing.
Okay, so we're all set, right, Wes?
Yes,
We're live?
we're live.
Okay, let me just start by letting people know online that we apologize for being 7 minutes late. We got in at 6:30 and had to set up the equipment to live stream this and record it. So with that, I'd like to call the meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. If we could stand.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Wes, would you open us with the check?
Ian, did you want a second? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll open in prayer and then do the roll.
Time. You guys will pray with me real quick. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for just bringing us all here safely. Lord, we thank you for the rain and we thank you for the shining sun. Lord, just be with us today. Let us have discernment and wisdom in making the right decisions for our township. Give us all peace and patience, Lord, just to work with one another and do it fruitfully, Lord. In your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Clerk Chrissy, could you do the roll call, please?
Supervisor Christopoulos?
Here.
Trustee Dietz?
Here.
Trustee Olszewski? Here. Trustee Shepherd?
Here.
Trustee Sprigo? Road Commissioner Hilliard?
Here.
Clerk Rapp?
Thank you. Now we will entertain a motion. Yes, please.
I know you were on vacation.
Could you grab a mic?
Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. I know there were a lot, you were on vacation, and we didn't get a lot of this information until today, actually. So there were quite a few bills that I did not get invoices for. Do you have those copies for us, Steve?
We do not have the specific copies. Do you have one that you're referencing? The accountant
They
did
were-
send those.
Actually, all she sent us was the voucher sheets, and then when I went through to look up, there was one for RWK for $347.08. I didn't get an invoice for, and then there was one, an Amazon bill, and then an expense bill we didn't get.
Okay. So, Assessor Jane is here. Jane, if I could ask you this question, did you copy me go around? I know Melissa received it, and for some reason I didn't get it, or I didn't see it. I'm sorry for that. Did you send it to GG Township at Gmail?
I
the topic we'll bring up in a little bit, but our website, our email, we're still struggling with it. So we had to revert back to the old emails, the Gmail. We have them all, but I was not able to access them. So if I could ask this question, Linda, to Jane, regarding two invoices. The one IT software invoice for July 23rd for $1,922. That's not on the voucher to be paid, but it's on the report that I received. What that is, the $1,922? Pardon me?
When is that from? I don't know.
Well, it says July 23rd, 2026.
Okay, and she said she was rolling that to the next one.
That's exactly right, and I was gonna explain that, yeah. And we, on the township side, we have the same thing with the equipment, because of that cutoff, it's pushed to the following month, so it's not gonna be on the voucher for, what was ordered. So I get that. But what was interesting to me was, when I looked an hour ago on our credit card that we use together with those types of purchases, it's not only not on the statement, we know why, because this is the cutoff, but it's also not on after that statement, which I found interesting. So I didn't know, maybe it's because
I don't know.
maybe it's,
I mean, I know I sent the receipts and all that to Melissa.
so you charged on that card then, on your
That was
card.
supposed to be the understanding, listed in process.
I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking it might be? Maybe it's because of your limit, your credit limit. So I'll check on that. I'll check on that, because I didn't see it on there, that's why I'm asking about it.
I wasn't notified.
So we can talk about the details of it next month, and we'll have the invoice and probably have the details that you provide, which is great. So I'll check into that. I wasn't able to do it
And
today.
just so you know, on those invoices, or on those IT invoices, they do.
It's on the voucher, correct?
Correct.
That one's on the voucher, so.
Upgrading old machines to Windows 11, Windows 7.
Okay. All right.
And try to get one machine.
Yeah, because if it's on the voucher, we need to approve it, obviously. The 1922, we don't need to. So is that satisfactory for right now? So we'll make sure you get the
On that upgrade, did RWK do it, or did,
They did with,
they did, because it says, TD Daniels did the upgrade of computers to, Windows 11.
no, part of, I don't know.
So was she there, was she present, maybe something like that?
She has helped me, yes, with IT stuff. Correct.
Okay. And then, did we ever get the, certificate of insurance from the, guy's truck?
Can you want to address this, please?
No, go ahead. Would you say that about it?
What is the yes, no?
What I'm sure that's that. How many times do we have to send this? Insurance. That's the problem.
I asked for a certificate of insurance.
I was never asked for a certificate of insurance. We provided all the detail from our insurance agent to Dean.
Right, and I forwarded that to everybody, but.
I asked you numerous times, just let me know, I'll be happy to cancel it. Give me enough time,
Yeah, we're not
I'll
looking-
call right away and I'll cancel it.
Yeah, we don't want
And
to
like,
cancel.
you know, instead of grilling me every month, over and over again on this, I mean.
I don't think we choose it as grilling you every month, you know, we just, and I just asked this.
Massive amounts of emails, back and forth.
How many times?
All right, so let me interject here a second. Hold on, you guys. The reason the questions are asked about that is because we're really concerned about the liability of the township. I think what we requested of you, you have provided. So what we want to do at our end is take it to the next level up and see if that's sufficient coverage, if it makes sense. I know, Ralph, you talked to Torma You want to give an update on what Torma said about it, or do you have anything to share on that? They had nothing.
Give me that file on the Torma thing.
Yeah.
I was wondering, we provided Brenner's insurance since we took over the account. And I have yet to hear that from you.
Yeah. Well, it's because I don't know.
And that file we gave you is like all
Yeah,
useless.
it's all Greek to me. It's what I provided was what was mailed to me from Torma. It's the policy itself. And from my understanding with Torma, and Jim, maybe you could shed some light on this, they don't insure any vehicle. From my understanding, they will not insure any vehicle that we do not own.
Or
Is that how you understand it too? Yeah, it's got to be in our name. So in the assessor's case, when you have someone providing a vehicle and doing township business, Torma's not involved in that whatsoever. So because of that, we've got to make sure that everything is the way it should be, just in case there was an accident of some sort that the township isn't liable for it. So we'll look into that. Torma does. Yeah, that's what Ralph said. If it's rented or leased or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. But not if it's not related at all in any way other than, personal vehicle. I just got a text from someone out there that said the sound is terrible today. They can't hear.
Oh, we're gonna have to turn on the air conditioner. Yeah, please.
I don't know if that's it. How about, the person that just texted me, could you tell me if you can hear me now? Because I'm really speaking loudly into the microphone.
Get that whole closer.
And then maybe it's because,
That was Chris.
let's see, who is it? Is it Linda? No, it's not. I'm just teasing. So if you could text me real quick, if you can hear me. Maybe you can't hear me, that's why you're not texting me. All right, so the sound is bad. Okay, any other questions regarding the assessor's invoices? And again, my apologies for that. Those were the two that we had questions.
May I just ask in advance that if there's questions that they email me, that we answer something? So I can be prepared, I would come to receive.
Yeah, that would be great. We can do that. I'm a little old fashioned with it too. I like to just be able to pick up a phone and say, "Hi Jane, it's Dean," and ask us a simple question. Is that okay to do that?
That's fine.
I know you asked me not to call your cell phone, and that's been a struggle because then I got to leave a message.
My cell phone is not paid for, it's not used for.
Right, so you don't want to
Unlike
call
some
the
others,
cell.
so.
Because we used to talk a lot on the cell.
Well,
In the early
Again,
days.
other people's cell phone are paid for, the assessments is not, so, what can I say?
Mine's not.
Mine's not
I
either.
don't think anyone else is.
Well, Jim's got a couple, but. No, I don't.
Jordan doesn't have one. I don't think we have cell phones, but that being said, we're good, but everything's good. Okay, any other questions regarding that? We do have a motion to accept the financial report. We have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? I didn't hear if you guys said aye. Did you? Okay. Wes, did you? Aye. Okay. All right, so we're passed. The motion's approved. Okay, that brings us to unfinished business. We have 3 items under unfinished business. The first one is the town hall renovation project update. Belinda, do you want to give that update? You want me to? Okay, so pretty encouraging, I think. I was told though this past week we didn't get a lot of work completed there. What we got, the only thing we got done this past week, correct me if I'm wrong, was the plumbing was put into the building for the bathrooms. So prior to that, the septic system is completed. Obviously, the demo was completed. I don't know if some of you saw on the Facebook page, you posted some pictures on that. The floor joists are in. So we're moving along. We're always a little nervous because of the timetable that we have to work with. So we'll be in communication with Reconstruction to see what's going to get done for this week. But so far, last time I spoke to them, which was 10 days ago or 12 days ago now, they're very confident that they can get the project done on time. Anyone else want to add anything to that? I know Ralph has gone by there, Melinda's gone by there. I was on vacation, so I didn't get there this week. But we've been regularly going by there. I think, Chrissy, I think you've been going by there. So we're keeping up with it. And yeah, I got scolded the first time I went in there. They said, "Sir, where's your heart at?" I said, "Oh, I'm really sorry, I don't have it." So now I have it in my car, and the second and third time I was in there, I wore it. But it is closed to the public because of the OSHA reasons. So, okay, the solar update. Let me give that one as well. Okay, I just got a voicemail from Jeff Becker, and I'll read you part of that voicemail that applies to this. However, before I do that, everyone probably has seen the Facebook page, and I don't know if it made it to the watch program or not, but it gave an update on solar as well. But here's what Jeff just voicemailed me. He says, "I wanted to give you a call to let you know, I know the meeting's tonight. I'm not going to attend. I want to let you know we've been working in the last 2 weeks on the lawsuit against Earthrise, and it was filed this afternoon. So we don't know who the judge is yet. We don't have the case number because we have to wait for the clerk to get back to us. But I just wanted to inform everyone, I think it was listed on the website that there would be a solar update. So the lawsuit was filed, 7 counts, it's 68 pages long. 4 of the 7 counts are alleging constitutional violations. 2 of them are alleging violations by Will County of violating the law by its change to the non-contiguous portion in its clean energy statute. Its failure to follow the LaSalle, Austin, Clare factors. I don't know what that is, but you'll find out from Jeff. So those, and then there's 1 count for an injunction. Steve will probably eventually go in for a temporary restraining order. And then he goes on with some other things that aren't related. But what we'll do is we'll make sure this gets posted. We'll compile this and post it on our Facebook informational page. Okay, any questions regarding that from the board? And then if there's any other comments from the public, we could address that during the public comment. Yes?
So during the time of the special use permit, there was 2 items.
Hold on a second here. Dan, could you introduce yourself to everyone? So let us.
Dan Butler, County Board of District. So, at the time that the special use permit was going to be approved, I had tried to ask for it to be postponed until all terms of the application were met. They had not delineated all the wetlands. They put down farm wetlands. Farm wetland is not a proper delineation. It's just a state of being, with wetland being farmed. That's all that means. Also, all the agreements with the road commissioners had not been completed. I don't know if they agreed, and if Jim agreed with them, but a lot of the other road commissioners had not. There's no written especially in Green Garden, it's a major concern. If anyone's ever been to 88th and Pauling, there's many houses in there that just, everybody's flooded. It's like, some houses look like they have a mold. So anyway, I tried to get him to do it. The state's attorney would not assist us. When I said that all the agreements had not been met, and therefore we should not vote on this, he agreed that the good faith clause in the, that was in the laws that were, outlined for the solar company to move forward only applied to road commissioners who were not responding. So if they sent letters and they got receipts that they had sent the letter, and that was good enough. But the state's attorney agreed it did not cover those road commissioners who were still working things out. So that was not done, and neither was the road. But they went ahead and they voted on it or passed it. So I had just gone into the land use department a couple days ago, and I had asked if that permit had been moved, and they said, well, they just did a test run. I've never heard of a test run, but and then I said, I want to be notified before that permit is issued, because I want to make sure that those wetlands are delineated and that those road agreements are done. Because, once they pass that through the special use permit, there is nobody that you elected that is going to be responsible for making sure that gets done. And I had tried to bring a vote, and one of the members of the land use department said that there would be a big no on that. If trying to find out or trying to make sure that we were notified before the permit was issued. And that's where it stands right now. But they did say a gentleman's agreement that they would let me know before it was issued so that I could have time to prepare and look at that stuff.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dan. Thanks for your work and representation of Green Garden Township on this issue. Anthony DeLuca called me a few weeks ago and wanted to know the status of things, and then Jim and I had a conversation. So I'm going to let Jim give an update on that regarding the solar.
Okay, it's all new territory for us out here in Green Garden, for the road commissioners. I do meet with them quite a bit over it. We meet on a monthly basis, and we have a special group with Wilton Center, Manhattan, a few other townships that either are going through it or have been through it. You're right, we needed a road use agreement, which Green Garden does not have any road use agreement with Earthrise or any other solar facility. I don't think Earthrise has a agreement with the other ones either. But as road commissioners, we're kind of attacking the problem a little bit different. I've maintained a good line of communication with them. That's what I felt. I said, I don't agree with what you're doing, but I think it's good to talk. So I do talk to them sometimes, maybe every 2 months. And they are pretty easy to talk to. I understand they need something from me, so they're not going to be short. But they did call out the storm, asked if we needed any help, which is pretty nice. But I did send them, I hired a touring firm located in central Illinois. They dealt with wind farms. I figured that firm would be the most experienced to deal with Earthrise. So right now we're in the course of, they have to sign a professional fee agreement, which means I'm not paying for any attorney fees or engineering fees. I can't do it. The way I look at it is progress has to pay for progress. So until they sign that form, there's not going to be really any communication as far as a road use agreement. But that's pretty much it as far as what's going on in the road district. And then one other thing is, I believe it was last month, a state legislator did pass a law that really took away a lot of our ability to hold these people accountable or get what we need as far as wind and solar. Prior to that, we could really ask for a lot more. Now it puts some legislation is unreasonable, so they do, as far as they being the solar or the wind, they have this state law that they can say that what I'm asking for is unreasonable. So this is way beyond me, so I'm an attorney to figure this out, but as far as you guys know, there's no road use agreement, and right now there's no professional agreement that's signed, so we're not even started on it.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah, and that's a big deal because without that, we can't move forward. Have you been contacted, Jim, by U.S. Solar?
Yes.
You want to tell us about that?
Sure. Okay. I think U.S. Solar is the only other one that's trying to come into Green Garden. But they're a small company. They're kind of sitting on the sidelines and they're waiting for Earthrise to probably make a move, is my guess. So they have to have a conversation with every road commissioner, and they have the same, my attorney sent the form to them to fill out the professional fee agreement, so they haven't signed anything, but I don't hear really too much from them.
So that means the same thing there, that they're kind of in a holding pattern as well. And I haven't received any calls. So hopefully sometimes no news is good news, for us in our position. Okay, any other comments regarding the solar?
I would just like to make one suggestion for road commissioner.
Sure.
So, since you kind of like to see the power, and you realize, obviously, many of the road commissioners around here realize that Green Garden has a lot of problems with flooding. It's a mess. And I don't even know how you would fix it. You certainly don't have the funding to do all the engineering. Maybe you want to try to figure out if we can't get them to pay some of the funding or pay for the engineering to fix what's going to come. Because, I know they said that they're going to reroute those drain tiles, but when they put 300,000 posts and smash them in the ground with a hammer, unless it's raining, you're not going to know what's happening. And if there's some way that we could maybe take some of these lands, let them restore them back to wetland, and maybe allow for some of the water to collect there. If we could get some engineers to work out something with the farmers, there's a possibility that farmers can get paid for that. As part of your deal, you could use a little bit of leverage in your position to maybe get ahead of some of this flooding that's going to come. So there's a lot of, in 1845, they passed a law that said that you could drain all these wetlands if you were going to grow food. Now they're not growing food on them. So those wetlands should be either restored or at least everything, below them, there should be some sort of accommodations. A lot right next to the house that you probably know, the gentleman on Pauline, there's a lot right next door to them. That could be restored to a wetland. Just right there, it's already, flooding and low. And some of these lots can actually be sold or bartered for, like with a land bank with developers. And some of them can actually lease them out for carbon credits. So there's a lot of things that can be done. But, I don't even know where to begin. It's a mess. With all these, nobody has maps of any of these drain tiles. Nobody knows what's going on. Maybe, this company with these billions of dollars, we could get them to do some comprehensive engineering to help out.
Just an idea. Here, I'll answer. All good points. I have thought of that as far as if they're going to offer. If this thing goes in, because you got to look at it both ways. You got to fight the fight, but if it does go in, what are we going to get? And I've told Dean, I said, if we're gonna get anything, it's gonna help the people out that see it the most, is what I feel. So people have to look at the solar farms, if they got flooding issues, that we try to go for those people's help. We're gonna help them. They did say that all of their wetland area, they're not putting panels in. So that's not gonna have panels in, that's what they're saying. And then the other thing I did say, my point was, is I've been driving around, I looked at their project in Gibson City, I think it's called, or Gibson, Illinois, wherever that's at. I mean, it's central Illinois, I don't know what the name of it, the city or Gibson. Anyways, it's weedy, it looks terrible. I mean, if you drive by these solar farms, they look awful. It's like someone's not taking care of the vegetation. So I said, can you guys just do like 12 or 18 rows of corn around the whole perimeter? At least give us a country feel so we can look at the stuff. He liked the idea, so I don't know, but anybody else has like another idea that sounds pretty good? Like either tell Dean or tell me, because I do talk to the guy. I said, he knows I'm not for it, but I still do take his phone calls, and if I have a phone call, he'll take my phone call. So I just think that's a good way to do business. So, like I said, if you have any suggestions, feel free to tell one of us up here, and I can get it to them.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Okay, so that's pretty much a solar update. Everyone's in the background doing as much as we possibly can on this. Next item on the agenda under unfinished business is community services. I've said this before, and you know, it only goes so far. We've had a couple big hurdles prior to all this. Solar's one of them, town hall is the other. Always wanted the community services to take a big lift and begin to really develop these. When we had our, what I would consider a minor disaster, for some it was more than that, what just happened with the storm, it really would have been good if we had volunteers set in place already that could help out. I know I was told, you know, first of all, Jim, I want to thank you on behalf of the township and everyone has. It's a great job you've done. You volunteered to do that. As, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, as a road commissioner, a road district, you cannot really go on someone's property and help them pull it to the street because of liability reasons. So that being said, community service, disaster relief, that is somewhat of a disaster. That would be great if we had some volunteers that would be willing to help somebody that has a big lot that's, you know, hundreds and hundreds of feet away, and how do they bring it forward? Obviously, you call a professional and you pay for it, and that's our responsibility as homeowners. But certainly elderly and others that just can't afford it, it'd be great if we could come together as a community. So I just wanted to bring that up again to the board and ask the community, and we'll probably post this on our Facebook page and get the word out. We are looking for volunteers that we could have in place so that if something like that happens again, we make a phone call, we have a chairperson, and boom, we start making it happen for people. So that would be a good thing. Concerning this, James?
Yes, concerning that. Did the board submit a disaster declaration on behalf of the residents that incurred significant damage from the recent storms?
Did we?
Yes, did you?
No, we did not.
Because all the communities around us are submitting these disaster declarations or proclamations. And Anthony DeLuca said if you send it directly to him, he'll make sure it goes directly to the governor so that we can get relief to some extent.
Well, that's an interesting thing. Now, you mentioned counties. Is that could that go as local as the
Well,
township?
when you submit it, you have to submit it. I suggest you submit it 2 ways. First of all, submit it to Will County Emergency Management Agency. And second of all, submit it directly to Anthony DeLuca and ask him, tell him you spoke to me because I heard you talk to him, and he will escalate it right to the governor.
Okay.
And Boney has, Frankfurt has, all the surrounding communities have, but we have, it has to come from you.
Not the township has.
The township has not, and we don't have anything without you putting that in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I appreciate you telling me. I'll call him up. Like I said, spoke to him earlier about a couple weeks ago on the solar, so I'll call him and ask him.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Jane, for bringing that up. Yeah, because I think it's like super important that we come together with that. So, that being said, we'll post it on the Facebook page. If you're here physically or watching and you're interested in volunteering for that, we're going to give you a resource to reach out to on that. You know, for right now, you can contact me, you can text me, you can email, and we'd really like to put something together on that.
I'm sorry, one more thing. No, I can speak about now. They also there's also other sources they can contact directly. 211, the Red Cross. There's several different, if you contact the Will County Emergency Management Agency, they'll give you a list of different things. I suggest you put that on the website so people can reach out and contact them.
Yeah, that's great, Gene. I appreciate you doing that. And that's all part of that team that would be responsible to know who these agencies are and be able to connect people in the right place. An organized effort would be great. So thanks for that suggestion. Okay, anything else on community services that we want to share? Linda?
The form that you sent to us regarding the community services, the phone numbers for myself, I need you to take that off. Also, there is a disaster relief committee and health emergency that we have right now.
Wait, I'm sorry, I got distracted with some sound came through there. I don't know what that was. Say that last part again?
This form that you gave us for each trustee that's responsible to follow up and to, complete the community services. I noticed that Ralph is on the disaster relief, so this is something that he could research, let's say, like where mine, is Will Ride, and I'm happy to say that Will Ride keeps increasing. And we started out with only a few people riding it, and I'm very proud to say that even if it increases 1 or 2 people, that's where the direction we're going. It's a slow increase. It's educating the seniors and the disabled community that it's available to them. So all of these things are, I'm glad you put this list out there, and it's on our website, so that the residents know where to go to get the information.
Yeah, and we'll start promoting it even further. So, very quickly, the food pantry youth program, West Shepherd oversees that, and he touches with your church on that. So there's resources that we have as well as another food pantry. So that's available. Union Cemetery, we have to really pass the baton to Linda. She's graciously taking over the Union Cemetery, going to be the chairperson. So we need to do some things on our end for that. Will Ride, you mentioned the veterans, you're handling that. That has been Rose, but him being out still, you're handling that, Belinda, and you've got the ball rolling for the celebration of the veterans, correct?
Right.
In November. And we talked about the disaster relief. So that's where we're at with all of that. Any other comments regarding that? All right, so that brings us to new business. There's only one thing on the agenda. We're not looking to vote on this, just to discuss and inform. We are talking about hiring a FOIA officer. And we put together a job description, sent that off to all the trustees, should have that. But Belinda, do you want to give us an update on that, please?
If anybody is interested in it, Chrissy, do you have that post it on the website at all? No, that's the job description, yeah, hold off, okay. We may want to post it on the website right now. There are quite a few people who, when we started talking about it, have come forward and have an interest in it. If someone does have an interest.
Is your mic on?
Oh, it went off. Hello? Hello? If someone is interested in it, they can send me the resume on Linda@greengardentownship.com, so that if they are interested, we'll know about it. So.
Yeah, so, and also Belinda is our FOIA officer, and with this role, she would be the trustee overseeing that. So the hiree would report to Belinda regarding, and Belinda would actually assist him or her, make sure they're accredited and take the right classes, and if they don't have the experience now. So with Belinda at the forefront of that, we're very confident that this person will be well-trained, and under the supervision of Belinda is a real plus for us. So thanks for doing that, Belinda. Any other comments on that? You want to talk about, we really didn't talk, we didn't make a decision, of course, yet, but we talked about $20 an hour. It's a part-time position. There would be strict guidance on logging hours in. So obviously, if we have an abundance of FOIAs one month, there'll be more hours. If we have none, there'll be none. And it's yeah, they have to get certified. That's right. Yes.
Stephanie.
Yeah, we're getting quite a few FOIAs, and it's been a little bit overwhelming, and we really need to have 2 people that are trained in that department. Okay, if there's no other discussion on that, that brings us to our reporting, which many of us have done, but we've got a road commissioner's report.
Is there public comment on that?
No, there isn't. No. Because it's only Mike if we vote on it at some point. If we bring it up as a motion to vote. Which will probably happen once Belinda interviews some candidates. When we're ready to hire, it'll come up for a vote.
Did you use that?
No.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we started testing. We started out with working on train tiles, cleaning them out, jetting them, and then we had the big storm that was July 27th. Once that storm happened, there is a mutual aid network for public works departments, road districts, and MONE activated a call for help. So I believe it was at the end of the day, 3:30, all of our roads were cleaned up so traffic could move by. So the following day, the 28th, I sent a truck there to help them out, which was nice to help their neighbors out. And they're on neutral for their town, but you couldn't get through one street downtown. Not one street. There was trees all over the place. So I actually went over there with another guy. The following day, started cleaning up a little bit, and then our residents started bringing stuff out to us. So we had to come back home and take care of our own place. But today is the first day that everything was cleaned up, so we're good. But I know other people will be bringing things out later on. So we ran a double crew from July 28th until now. What I'll probably do now is, weather depending, is just run a single crew one day a week just to pick up everything else. I put a timeline on the branch pickup just because if I don't, somebody's going to be putting the branches out in November when I'm trying to plow snow. And it did happen last year, believe it or not. So that's why the timeline is there. I'll still pick them up, but now it's like sit out there for a week or a week and a half before I did it. But it was really good. The guys did a great job. It was hot, humid. The residents were great to them. People stop up at all times, thank them, which I really appreciate. Water, food, Ralph came up there, gave pizzas to everybody. I mean, it was actually really fun. It's a lot of hard work, but they enjoyed it. The other thing was just the buying with the residents. Bettenhausen Farm, Scott Bettenhausen, thanks to him and the farm. We use a machine, it's a grab a bucket, and that saves so much time, because we can pick up 3 40-foot trees with this thing, put a truck and burn it. And ours broke probably day number 3. And he's like, come over to my house. So I'm like, I'll rent one. He's like, no, come over to my house, pick it up. So we use that bucket. And he doesn't rent farmland from us, from the township, but it's just nice that we can have a relationship like that with our residents. All right, so the future, Shear Road Bridge. Hopefully I won't talk about this in the future, but we've still got a few more weeks of it at least. The bridge is tore out. We started construction. They have like a temporary wall put in. It's probably for dewatering with steel. And then I can see that they have all of the area surveyed for where the pylons can be driven. So I don't know when they're doing that. I called on it today, and the report was they're not sure when, but there is progress. In August, just so everybody knows, Chrissy maybe on the website, we're going to start the chip and seal. So probably the 3rd week in August, again, depending on the weather. And the roads that are going to be chip and seal are going to be west of 45, the Pauling Road, Bruns Road, and Raleigh. Then the other roads will be 80th and 88th Avenue, and then between Pauling and Montgomery. Got it? Okay. And then last major road project for, well, whenever they do it, the year, is going to be a mill and overlay on Bruns Road. That's going to be where Link's Edge entrance is on Bruns, and it's going to go all the way to just a little bit past Wild Grass entrance. That is it. Oh, one last thing too. I did know for the reports. I fill it out for FEMA for the branch pickup. I got Will County, so if you get something different, you send it to me. They're asking for something different for reimbursement. Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. All right, one of the residents. All right.
I'm concerned on the air conditioner.
Yeah.
This is the last thing. We have an issue of the 2008-2009 downturn with the construction. There's a few subdivisions that they were stagnant for quite a while, and the developer sold probably 3, 4, 10 times. I really don't know how many times. Charlevoix, in particular, right now is starting to fill in, but the person that is the developer or owns it is not doing any maintenance on it. So they're trying to push it a little bit, but they're really not getting anywhere. So like the light fixtures, they're not working. There's got to be another layer of blacktop put on the roads. So the way it works, from what I understand, this is something new to me because we haven't had a subdivision built here probably since 2005. Is the developer will come in, and at a certain point after the houses are built, they'll ask the road commissioner to take the roads over. At that point, I would go in there, just like a new house, assess everything, and write a punch list out. Street light needs to be fixed, whatever lens broke, curb broke, and then they would put the last layer of asphalt on. This person that's in Charlevoix doesn't sound like this is happening. So one of the residents is very nervous about it. He wrote a letter, I can read it, but that's what it's about. So there's a letter of credit that should be in the county. The original person had one, but this person doesn't seem to be taking it over. So nobody there wants to be left with a subdivision that's, the infrastructure's not finished. So it's from Tyler Zeber. He really wants us on for the record because he's just trying to fix a problem before it gets too late. I want to bring this to the attention of the board after some self-research regarding the subdivision in Charlevoix and Graham Township. From what I have been able to gather from public data, the subdivision was sold and a new developer was brought in. The biggest concern currently is that there is an active legal responsibility to that developer to ensure the final layer is completed. That's the asphalt he's talking about. After speaking with the county, It said that the letter of credit, $500,000, was in different name other than the current developer, and they were unable to state whether the letter of credit would apply if the current developer failed to complete his obligation. Yet, they have stated there have been multiple attempts to get a new developer to transfer this information, but have been unable to do so. I want to bring this to the attention of Green Garden, because I believe this may, at some point, become a large liability for either the Green Garden, county, or the residents of Charlotte. Ralph? You're in charge of the man, right? I'm sorry to bring it up to you, but you can do anything to that. Wonderful. Yes, go ahead.
Normally, the letter of credit has an expiration date on it. I'm very familiar with that from Five Oaks. Our letter of credit expired. And it can be very costly when you have to pay the street. When you contact the county, find out if their letter of credit, the date of expiration is coming near, that we don't want to let that date expire. It expired. Yeah, that's right. Is that something that once you find out, our lawyer can look at that and make sure it's in order? Because that's important.
Thank you. Thanks for handling that, Jim. We just got that email. I got it today, forwarded to Jim, and then he called. So thanks for being right on top of it. Okay, so that concludes the road commissioner's report, trustees report. Starting with Belinda, any report other than what you've gone over? Okay. Well, no. Okay, I do not have anything further as well. So that brings us to public comments. And so what I ask you to do is, Wes will provide a microphone, maybe you can provide that one. And if you could just come up to the mic, stand up, state your name, please, first and last name for the record. Hold on one second, Wes.
Also, whoever is using it, if your body blocks the signal from the thing, it might get some.
Stand sideways.
Yeah, if you stand sideways like this.
How long are you?
All right, it's a 2-minute public comment. We've got a timer. And our first public comment. Stand and state your name for the record, please.
Yeah, Michael Flanagan. So I just want to comment on the consideration of the FOIA officer. I did a little bit of research, and Green Garden Township will be the only township in Illinois to have a dedicated FOIA officer that is an elected official. So while we consider asking our boards and our other elected bodies and our taxing entities to cut some slack to the taxpayers, to give a little bit of relief. I know the county board has given relief with holding the line on the levy twice. I asked this board to hold the line on the levy, they increased it by the 5%. And now we're spending at record levels, and it would be the only township in the whole state to do this. So let's consider how many FOIAs we're getting, that we would have to be at that level to be the only township in the whole state that would need this type of a position. Secondly, we're asking people to donate their time and volunteer to pull trees. But we're going to pay $20 an hour for somebody who can't volunteer their time to be a FOIA officer. I would ask that this township really consider where they're putting priorities.
Okay, thank you, Mike, and we will consider what you have said. Do you have a public comment? Anyone else? Can you please state your full name for the record?
Should I go to the side?
Yeah, you're right next to it.
Okay. My name is Wendy Bendati. So, can you hear me okay?
Could you spell your last name?
Oh,
Wendy?
sorry, I brain fast. Bendotti, Bendotti. So I didn't want to do this in front of everybody just because we live in Gulf Creek Estates, okay?
Golf, you said?
Gulf Creek Estates on Creekside Drive, okay? And I was wondering if there's any kind of homeowner association there at all. Because the reason, is this okay to talk about this in front of everybody, or should I do this on the side? Is that okay?
It's okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's public
I don't-
comment.
I'm
You
not-
can say whatever you want to say.
Okay, so I just have a question. So right in the front, and if any of you have gone down Bruns Road and gone past Gulf Creek Estates, our landscaping there is always a challenge. My husband and I try to go out there once a year to do some digging and try to clean it up. So my question is, is there any way of getting the neighbors involved, or is it something we just have to take on individually if we care? Because I care, and I just feel like not a lot of other people do, and I know that sounds personal and maybe petty, but I just think it could look a lot nicer, and I feel responsible for that. So is there, I don't know if there's any association left in that, or,
I'm
You're
not.
saying Creekside?
It's-
Gulf Creek?
It's up Brahms, it's right there in Pasadena.
it's just
It's
before
small,
Wild
So
Grass.
one street.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
easy
have
progress.
I don't have an
How
HOA.
many homes are there?
I think 20, about
Yeah,
20.
that's what I was gonna say. I was in there a few months back,
Yeah.
and, I wasn't aware of the homeowners association. I mean, if someone else has a suggestion,
Sorry. So you're in the same situation as quite a few suburbs. Aaronwood's similar. They have like a whole roundabout, and people took care of it, and also most people moved on, and nobody takes care of it. It's awful. The only thing I would suggest is one of my kids lived on the East Coast. When they moved in, somebody went around and said, "Would you give me whatever, $20 or 50, a small amount of money, just to decorate for like 4th of July and things like that?" You're not going to get everybody. You might have a hard time getting a homeowners association implemented, but maybe just get some donations. We can hire a landscaper to go out there. There's probably won't be that much money to do it, but that might work.
That's what I was thinking. I've had other attempts, and it's kind of hard to pull people together. When we've got a lot of ideas, we're gonna get out there, we're gonna do what we're gonna do soon to clean it up. But yeah, I mean, we're just gonna get older. Did I just say that? Yeah, and so I don't want to make the neighbors mad at me. I just want to say, hey, if we can get a landscaper twice a year, spring and fall kind of thing, to help us keep it nice, I mean, anyways, I'm just going on.
okay, thank you, Wendy. Yeah.
Okay.
We got a hold of the 2-minute.
But you answered my question,
Yeah.
so I will,
Thank you
just
for
kind of take it
that.
from
Would you go ahead and shoot an email to us? You can start with my, me, or, well, why don't you just shoot me an email, and we'll talk about it and try to help you any way we can. If we promote it in some way,
Yeah,
throughout
I'll give you
the
a suggestion
community.
on how I open that up. I would be happy to put
I know a
something together.
few kids that could help you. One that actually helps an elderly woman in that neighborhood already, so
Oh,
you guys can hire him pretty
So-
cheap.
Oh, his name is Wes.
No, that used to be my job.
Wes, is that Renee?
Yeah, it's Renee.
I can talk to Renee.
Yeah, Renee, so somebody helps Renee do her
All right.
yard.
Thank you.
You probably love the job, so.
Okay.
So do this, wes@greengardentownship.com is the right email.
It is a very
And then mine supervisor at Green Garden Township, but if you could put it to GG Township at, no, it's GG, mine is GG. Yeah, GG Township at gmail.com until we get our emails figured out. Because I don't feel I'm missing any, it's very cumbersome, and when I was on vacation, I did miss some. So that one I don't miss. So if you could email myself and Wes, and we'll follow up, and Wes will follow up. So wait,
If you know Renee, she's
Yeah.
a help person.
She's sweet, yeah. She always, when we're out there, she'll say, thank you.
Yeah.
All the people just run by.
Yeah.
You know,
thank you.
I'm sorry.
Any other public comments?
He wants to go
Yes.
I'd like to just ask that since,
For the record, James Bashan, Assessor James Bashan.
The closer.
sorry, it was just the rest of the state, but.
Oh, yeah. You're everything. You're everything.
Since no one other than the board is allowed to see the meeting minutes prior to being voted on, was that formal written objection included in the July meeting minutes that I sent last month? I sent it.
Do you have any other
written
comments to
formal-
make? Because I don't want to
Just a question.
Yeah, but is that, are you done making
Yes,
comments?
yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, and the question was it considered to go on the agenda?
Was it included in the meeting minutes, not the agenda?
Oh, the meeting minutes, okay, because I just received your email, I just saw that today, actually. I got that. Do you want to comment on that? Was it in the minutes?
Well, it was received after the meeting, so it was probably not in the minutes. Because it has to be at the meeting. So I can't put something in the minutes that didn't happen at the meeting.
So the fact that there was a policy voted on, and then the fact that I wrote the legal objection, or after, directly following that, okay, it can't be published in the meeting minutes.
No, it's outside the meeting. The only thing that can go on the meeting minutes is something that was said at the meeting.
Okay.
So now it will be in this meeting minutes. Okay, any other public comment?
I just have a question. Going back to
State your
the
name for the record, please.
D. Gary, Gulf Creek Estates. I'm new to the area, I've been here about 9 months. I have a question for the road commissioner. You mentioned about cleaning up branches and things. Thankfully, we did not get hit with anything bad. But in the future, I'd like to know, how does this work? Are you supposed to put things at the curb? I have no idea. And then you also mentioned, that's the number 1 question. Number 2, you mentioned something about chip and seal. What is that? And you mentioned something about runs. Can you go over that again about what's going to happen to the road? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So the road district, we're a pretty big road district in the county. We're the 3rd biggest one. We have 2 full-time employees. I do have some part-timers. So, in that like a storm, I can hire a few more people and run that double crew. But I do, what I'm getting to is I do that branch pickup. If you want to send the branches out, just put it so the edges are close to the street.
But who do you contact?
You contact me, you can either email me or just call me, either one's fine.
Well, like what department? I mean, I think
The road commissioner.
road commissioner.
Road commissioner, yeah. So if you
Under
go-
Will County or?
Green Garden Township.
Okay.
So if you go on the website, my contact information is there, otherwise you can just have a meeting, give it to you. It's pretty simple. We just, and then the issue I do have is, if you do put them out, we try to get them up as soon as possible, but there's just times that it takes us a week. So be prepared for them to be out there for a week or, hopefully less. Chip and seal or tar and chip, out in the country, there's, it's not a paved road, it's what it is. It's a gravel road, and then what they do is they take it's like, it's an emulsion. It's almost like pavement. It's very thin. You only spray that probably maybe 4 centimeters. And then once that goes down, they'll put it's called C16, which is a really small chip, and that goes over it. You need to do that about 2 times, and then that gravel road will turn into a hard road. We do it 3 times, but still, it helps out. It's nowhere near the strength of pavement. So when you drive down some of the gravel roads, you'll notice they can get pretty bumpy just because they don't have the stability. That's the other reason for the 10-ton road limit. So it's called A1 application. The roads, after a while, that chip wears off. So I respray them. So when they start getting, if you notice, they'll get black some. And when they get real dark black, that means they're wearing down. So that's how you maintain it, by spraying over it. And then the last question about the pavement. Bruns Road, that is from Linkside, so the subdivision is just to your south. On Bruns Road, there's an entrance that's paved. they all get milled down 2.5 inches. So it's just a machine that comes down and just grinds up the first 2.5 layers of pavement. And then it'll go all the way down to wild grass, where the pavement ends there. And then once that's done, it's prepped for resurfacing. We're supposed to put another 2.5 inches of pavement down. So that road will be nice when they're done with that section.
Do we have a date that that's going to happen, or?
So the chip and seal project's going to be in August, more than likely depending on weather. The paving project, I can't give you a date because typically it's done by now, but it's the same contractor that's doing Route 45. And if you've noticed, Route 45 doesn't seem to be moving too fast.
Yeah.
So anything they tell me, I'm not going to say at the meeting, but it'll happen. I mean, it's a big contractor, it's here for a baby, but I just don't know when.
Thank you very much. The website, greengardentownship.com, shows there's a lot of information on there. We put the first question that when we asked, we had on our Facebook page, but we have 300 followers, right? So we're hoping to build that up over time. So if you want, you could go to our Facebook page, Green Garden Township Board page, and follow us. And we try to put information on there as well. And then sometimes, depending on what it is, it gets forwarded to the Green Garden Watch, which is obviously unofficial information of our township. Okay, very good. Any other public comment? If not, oh, yes. Yeah, in the back. Okay. We'll go you down, but if you can just state your name for the record so the others can
Bushram. This question is for Jim. You know, their fly happened in Palomino again. Like block it out eventually, or how are we going to handle this?
So I did get a hold of the developer on that one, and it was 2 people that own property back there. They gave me permission to put a gate up. So I am going to put a gate up, and I've talked to Bill County, Police Department, Fire Department. So we all have, I have the okay to do it. I don't have the time. So it's going to happen. I just don't know when. I have a guy in-house that can fabricate the gate. So yes, I'm blocking it up. It's the short answer.
Thank you. Yes, sir, in the back there.
Hi, I'm Tyler Siebert. I sent the email to Jim. I just got here, so I was just going to follow up and give a face to the name. The Charlotte Boy subdivision with the letter of credit that we were talking about, just wanted to check and get on paper with you guys. I know you did a brief response. Didn't get quite hear it on the live stream. I just want to confirm who that liability will end with, whether it will be a resident of Charlotte Boy, all of us, the taxpayers, or the government, pretty much any, whether it's county or the township. I heard you mention something about the expiration of it. That'd be awesome to see if we can get that presented, so we can prove one way or the other that it's there. Jim has been a great help, so thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. I just wanted to come here and that email that was written out, that was true. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I do have a couple questions. Have you FOIA'd the letter of credit from the county?
No, so I only talked to a couple people from the county. I didn't do anything official. This is my first real official type thing that I was doing. I didn't want to go that route because FOIAs are annoying. So I just wanted to talk to see if they could actually present the information legally to me without me FOIAing. There's no reason to FOIA it if they're going to give it to you. So, no, I haven't. But if they can get it and present it, the problem is I don't know if I'm allowed to have it publicly. But somebody who is allowed to have it, if they can say, hey, yeah, this is good to go, this is in the correct name, this is, active and ready to go at any point in time. I don't want to be behind the 8 ball when something may or may not happen, and then we are basically playing catch up.
Chrissy, could you clarify for me, the minutes of the meeting has everything verbally here. And nothing is inserted into those minutes. If I hand you a piece of paper that has a bunch of information that I haven't discussed out loud, that would not be inserted in, correct?
No.
Thank you.
Any other public comments?
Barbara Rizzo, I have a question. What's the status of the newsletter? That's all. That's it. That's the question. Newsletters.
The status of the newsletters. Well, we want to do them, that's for sure. We want to do them. Can I give you a date? Can I give you a date? No, I can't. So, with that, what we'll do is, we'll ask every department head, and here's how we started this some time ago now, to put together, please, I'm going to ask that each department head put together something that you would like in that newsletter. And it doesn't have to be like super long, right? It can be short. We want it concise, informative. The trustee that oversees it, maybe the contact information. We'll have a solar portion with that. We'll have a town hall in there. So let's make that a reality. It's time. It's time, Barb. I appreciate your patience with that. It is time to get that going. Yeah, and we wanted to get people signing up for the email newsletter. And only a few have done that. So if you go to our website page, I think it's on the front page, did you do it? Yeah, if you want to sign up for an e-newsletter. Because our initial thought was we're only going to put out like 2 a year, physically. And we hope that people sign up for the e-newsletter as well. So all the departments, we're going to ask that. I'll put together a quick email to all the departments asking them to bring that over to us so that we can get moving on. The person that's helping us on that, you may know this, is Chris Russell. He does our website. So he's kind of waiting on us on that. All right, very good. Good question. Any other public comments? Okay, having concluded our business, thank everyone for coming. I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion by Wes. Second by Belinda. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Approved. We are concluded. Thank you.